quick tour, June 8th, 2018. That's what I got going on now. I got fig here, still looking a lot better. Water tower finally has the irrigation going to all three. You can see it jumps across here and then jumps across here and feeds these muscadines. I got muscadines across this row. You can see it dripping. So these are 1-year-old vines, or these are the first year for them to be in the ground on this side. The walkway to go through, blackberries. Got to clean all this up still. These are looking bad. They didn't have any irrigation until yesterday. Need to add a little dirt right here to cover that up. Like I said, these are 1-year-old. 2-year-old vines from Ison. Been in the ground for about 6 months now. I guess that's considered 1-year-old. I don't know. Blackberries. Hopefully next year they take off good. Peach. Didn't give me nothing this year. Still trying to get this one to go down the wire. Trying to get this one to do the same. These have a little bit to go on this side. Not pushing them too hard to make grapes or anything. I have let these down here go to grapes because they're full length of where I want them. A lot of grapes, a lot of grapes. A lot of little grapes. Some apples. Back up the front, I got these pomegranate. Really kicking ass going down. And haven't been paying them no mind. They've been weaving themselves and just doing their own thing. This is a black bamboo. It's probably gonna die. This is a blue bamboo, both clumping varieties. This one is the same thing that is right there that's dead. I'm gonna have to let this grow and then divide it. It will be resilient to the cold once it gets mature. And then this is the same thing as that, coming back. Had a bad winter. There's another black one. It's gonna die, but you can see that blue didn't make it. I don't know the specific name, something like that. Could look it up. Not that anybody cares. Pomegranate, looking good, just like on the other side. Moringa, looking really good. It finally got up out of its cardboard and it's gonna take off now. It's got plenty of water down there. It's got a little microclimate of its own. I think it's liking life. Let me go over here. Here's another pomegranate. Another one of them blue clumping bamboos. I think it's blue. I'll have to look it up. It's really pretty. It's about this big around. Found it in Disney World. And it's kind of funny how right here, see how good those pomegranates are doing. This one was doing good too. And it looks like the neighbors might have sprayed a little something on it maybe. I mean, judging by how good the other ones are doing. Here's another moringa. So the moringa's like shade, like sun. This one gets partial sun. It's not doing as good as that one that's out in the middle of nowhere naked. Here's a Caracara orange. let it get a little cover from the moringa until it gets old enough to handle it. And then my primary focus will be that orange tree in this little corner, once this bamboo grows up, they'll kind of be fighting. And I'll prune the bamboo back to make sure that orange, is priority in that corner. But still maintaining a little fence row of bamboo. You can see these grapes. We've got some grapes growing on this side. A little fig action, not doing that good. Oh, look at that. It's just been so hot and dry. I've been trying to put water on them, but it almost just like shocks them. All of a sudden getting water after it being so hot. But you can see the muscadines love it still, putting off all kinds of fruit. Muscadines love it. Muscadines are pretty easy to take care of. I guess at this stage they might end up overrunning me where this guy I need to pull down. It's a pear. It wants to just go to the sky. It wants to go straight up. Probably should have started training it a long time ago, but I haven't been off. This is a plum. That's my 5-in-1 plum. Couldn't tell you the types right now. I ain't gonna bore you. It's a Methley plum. It's a single plum, and no plums on either one of those this year. Last year I got plums. This year nothing. But this, you can tell, it looks like it's gonna be a red muscadine. Real pretty. Real pretty muscadine. These are gonna be good this year. Bunch of grapes. Here's a tree that died pretty much back. I thought it was gone, but it's a little fancy bumper satsuma, and it was $70, so I'm hoping that I can get it. And the graft is down here. This is the graft, and we're coming up above the graft, so we're good. And get some irrigation on it. You see I pulled the weeds away from it a little bit. More grapes. You can see I've terminated this. All grapes, all kinds of grapes. Grapes. Boku's of grapes. Here's this volunteer tomato-like plant. Some bird brought it in. Here's another one of my oranges that died way back. Did not like it. But here's another red grape. Here's the peaches. A few peaches on it. Here's a muscadine. This is a one-year-old muscadine. So it needs to be brought down the wire. It's big enough. Here's another apple on this side. I lost the other apple on this side. This is a very low spot in the property. Holds a lot of water, doesn't give away water much, and it's just kind of stagnant. And things, look, you tell it's kind of naked right here. Things have been planted here just like everything else, but they just doesn't grow that well. It just stays too wet, or probably too dry too. This is going to be, you got muscadine. See that over there? It's not going to focus. And then you got a muscadine in front. I'm going to train these muscadines around the kids' play area. And it'll be like a big long fence that dangles down into the kids area. That muscadine is going to go over top, and then that one, and then down that way. We already got a little bird in the kids' birdhouse. Peyton's got one. So here comes the dog to make some noise. Listen to this. Beautiful compared to the dog. Going back here. These are, I always forget Mayhaw. There's Mayhaw. They'll tap into my pond. They're doing good. They're resilient. They'll be all right. These, hot and sweaty. 4 pretty good hives now. All have queens. This is a Manuka tea tree. This was given to me by my bee lady. It's supposed to make some of the best medicinal honey. So it's right here, and there's one on the other side of my pond. And hopefully I can get a little benefits from that with my bees. There's a fig. I had a 4-in-1 planting here. I had avocado, 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 avocado. They all died besides that one back there in the corner. It was a Joey. It's right now in the middle. Plan on bringing him back to life. Hopefully it's above the graft as well. I'm gonna put a 55-gallon drum, 55-gallon drum of water, 55-gallon drum of water, 55-gallon drum of water. Wrap this whole thing in plastic this winter, and I'm gonna create its own little greenhouse for this one avocado and baby it, and see if I can't get it to a mature enough age where it can live on its own. And it lived. The other ones were just sticks, and it actually lived, and it's green. And we had below 18 degrees here for several hours. You got another orange. Looks kind of rough, but it took the 18 degrees with no protection too. And then you got the pear, another fig. And these are all new plantings back here in this corner. Looks like another peach. Mulberry, mulberry, and then mulberry. It's not gonna focus over there. Mulberry. So, and then it won't be long. This bamboo screen is actually alive. It's been so hot and dry over here. I do not water this. See, it's actually water, and I've divided these. See, it's actually alive. See, and this is where I divide it. I divide the base because it stays in this clump, and I divide the base, and I put plugs in. And I plugged it to make my fence. Here, you can see it's alive. And it's been in the ground for quite a while now. At least probably, I did it the first of spring. So probably around 4 months. They've been out in this horrible hot weather, not being irrigated, only by rain and a little bit of fog and mist. I can't remember what that is. Pomegranate? No, not pomegranate. Persimmon. Yeah, the jujube. And then persimmon again, different variety. Not a persimmon, that ain't a damn persimmon. What am I thinking? Persimmon's over there. I got so much shit. Pomegranate. Yeah, it's pomegranate, jujube, pomegranate, jujube, and they're out in the middle of the yard. Supposedly they're resilient to the heat. We're gonna find out. And blackberry gave us a bunch of blackberries, and it's been abused. Look at all the weeds growing up in it. Need to come in. I mean, I haven't had a day off work in months. We got a fig. It's gonna be a big wall of figs here. I'm gonna train it to where it's gonna fan out. I'll be able to walk behind it up against that fence. Now here's a persimmon. Persimmon. Here's another Caracara orange that got devastated by a caterpillar that looks like bird shit. And it really killed off its limbs. But then look at the green. I transferred it over here because I had a different tree that died in this area. Didn't like it, but this place has been more established now, and it's got more down in the bottom, more fungi and goodness down there. And so hopefully it'll be okay here. It's a good spot for an orange. It's nice and wide. It's got about a 40-foot span. Here's my old hammy bamboo. This is another clumping variety. All my bamboo's clumping variety. This is a big, thick bamboo. You can look up old hammy. It's at Disney World too. There's another one there. There's another one back over there, and they're planted across the back. It's a mulberry. This is what died. Loquat. It was over there where that Caracara is. You need to stake this guy. It's another apple tree. Might not live, but oh well. Here's the guy who I moved over here. It was still green. It was. Look at how it did not like its little area over there. It was too wet for a while. You know, this is another year-old planting. It's like a peach or a nectarine. I don't know what it is. I have everything labeled, just not out here. It's persimmon. Got a I think I let it yield 1 or 2. I got 3, 1 on each branch. Little persimmons, I let it carry them. There's not too many. I plucked a lot off. It's another peach or a nectarine. All these are fresh, been in the ground for not even a year. And you can see the new growth on this guy, even through all the heat. And you know, there's no irrigation on this. All these back, everything behind the pond, no irrigation. That guy that's reserved for my garden of the future. So that'll be focused on those padlocks, keeping that watered. That's what my chickens get their water from, is the pond. They don't even drink city water. There's a early king nectarine. That was easy to remember, but it's looking beautiful, nice and thick. Got one of those beautiful guys on it. You can't see it. It's a ladybug. Love some ladybugs. They're so good. And here's my bananas. This is the ice cream. I remember that because I got 2 of them. I don't know the rest. I got them written down as well. I got pups coming off now. Little pups. Got a little pup coming up there. Up, and a pup there, and a pup there. Looking really good. Like these bananas, they don't get any irrigation either. It's kind of low back here. You can see the little bit of fertilizer they do get. But I guess bananas are just gonna do good in this area unless they don't like the cold. That's about it. You got 2 figs. You got a blackberry that was from the beach that was crushed and you couldn't even find it, and it has exploded here. My bee lady gave me that blackberry, which is an everbearing. These are all thorn blackberries. All my blackberries on the front are thornless. They're Primark Freedoms. They fruit all year as well. And that looks like it is about it. This is my new trench, my 1-inch line that goes from the back of the pond all the way over and up and into this guy. We weren't getting enough rainfall for me to maintain the level in this drum. A little wasp nest. You got some rosemary, a bunch of weeds, and then you find pretty flowers in the weeds. Oh, and this is a bamboo that's coming back. It almost completely died. This is Chinese dwarf bamboo. They're more like a bushy type, and that's the new one that I planted. Also a clumping variety. I guess that's about it. Later.